I have always wondered how Jubilant Group can be so successful in diversifying its business subsidiaries. And in fact, they have demerged their business to a wholly owned subsidiary in order to focus more on its core businesses. Hi everyone, this is Market Analyst and today we are going to talk about Jubilant Ingrevia, which got listed on stock exchange on March 2021 after its demerger from the parent company Jubilant Pharmova, and this was done to accommodate the business of specialty chemicals, nutrition and health solutions, and life science chemicals. Jubilant Ingrevia is a leading global life science products and solution provider that serves pharmaceutical, nutrition, agrochemical, and industrial customers with innovative and cost effective products and solutions. The company has over 4 decades of experience in the chemical industry and it has an integrated operation that offers more than 350 products ranging from specialty chemicals, nutrition, health solutions, and life science chemical to over 1,400 customers worldwide. The company is a major player in pyridine, picoline, and acetyl chemistry, and it serves customers across 50 plus countries. In this video, let's dive deep into Jubilant Ingrevia's business, learn more about company's promoters, key strength, future growth possibilities, key risks, and most crucially, financials so that we can decide whether to invest in this company or not. Jubilant Ingrevia or JIL operates in three main segments. Number one is specialty chemicals, from which it derives 25% of its revenue. Second one is nutrition and health solutions with 15% of revenue. Third and finally, life science chemicals with over 60% of revenue. Now let's try to understand the three segments in detail. First, let us try to understand the specialty chemicals business a bit further. JIL is a leading player in India and around the world in the production of specialty chemicals based on pyridines. It has achieved cost leadership and a market share of more than 50% in few of its products. Pyridine is used to dissolve other substances. That is, pyridine is nothing but a chemical which can be used to dissolve other substance. It is also used in the production of a wide range of items including pharmaceuticals, vitamins, food flavorings, paints, dyes, pesticides, and herbicides. When it comes to nutrition and health solutions, the company is ranked as one of the top two manufacturers of vitamin B3 in the world with a 19% market share, and it has established itself as the largest domestic manufacturer of vitamin B4. B vitamins are required for the proper functioning of our body's cells. They aid in metabolism, the formation of new blood cells, and the maintenance of healthy skin cells, brain cells, and other bodily structures. So, the B4 category or the B category is very important when it comes to the nutrition and health solution segment. If we look at the life sciences segment, the company is a global leader in manufacturing acetyls and is among the top 3 in the market of acetic anhydride. Acetyl anhydride is primarily used in wood acetylation, pharmaceuticals, and food nutrition, whereas ethyl acetate is used in flexible packaging, pharmaceuticals, and inks. It is also one of the 60 leading suppliers of ethanol to oil marketing companies in India for ethanol blending program, and they have state-of-the-art distilleries for sugarcane processing which are strategically located in India's sugarcane-rich states of Uttar Pradesh and Maharashtra. Let's try to understand the management of this business. Jubilant is a global conglomerate founded by Mr. Shyam S. Bhartia and Mr. Hari S. Bhartia. The company's divisions include QSR, Agri and Polymer, Consumer Products, Pharmaceuticals, Contract Research, Life Science, Nutrition, and Specialty Chemicals. Mr. Shyam S. Bhartia is the chairman of Jubilant Pharmova Limited. He has over 41 years of experience in the pharmaceuticals and specialty chemicals, food, oil and gas, as well as aerospace sectors. Mr. Hari S. Bhartia is co-chairman and managing director of Jubilant Pharmova Limited. He is a Bachelor of Technology in Chemical Engineering from IIT Delhi and is a former president of Confederation of India Industry. Now that we understood the management, let's try to understand the key strength of the company. JIL's business model includes a diverse product portfolio with a global marketing footprint. They also have a large customer base and a world-class backward integrated manufacturing facility. Not only that, the company has a vast customer base of more than 1,400 customers across business segments, with the top 10 customers accounting for barely 20% of the revenue. This means that losing one or two customers will only have a minor impact on the company's overall revenue. Furthermore, the company sells its products in over 50 countries, with one fourth of the sales from regulated markets such as North America, Europe, and Japan. The company also has a very diverse stream of revenue. That is, the company has a diverse revenue stream in which the consumer segment contributes 3% and the industrial segment generates 23% of the overall revenue. Pharmaceuticals account for 35% of the company's sales, while agricultural accounts for 18% and nutrition contributes for 21% of the overall revenue. Furthermore, in terms of geographical revenue as a market, India contributes for 60% of overall revenue, with exports to North America accounting for 5%, Europe accounting for 19%, and others accounting for remaining 16%. Also, the company has reduced its debt from rupees 1295 crore in 2020 to just rupees 273 crore as of September 31st, 2021. Now that we understood about the key strength of the company, let's try to figure out the company's future growth possibilities. According to the company's most recent announcement, JIL plans to invest an Indian rupees of 10 billion in capital expenditure across business segments. This is being done so with the goal of achieving double-digit growth in the medium to long term. More specifically, the company plans to invest 2.5 billion rupees in life science chemicals, 1 billion in nutrition and life sciences, and the remaining 5.5 billion rupees in specialty chemicals out of the total 10 billion rupees that the company have planned to invest. Also, due to a significant upcycle in ethyl acetate and acetic anhydride, the life science ingredient business is likely to improve cash flows in the short term. Prices of these products are expected to remain high in the fiscal year 2022, creating a robust cash flow and improving profitability. That being said, let's take a look at how the company stands when compared with its peers. The company's product portfolio and chemical capabilities can be compared with other companies in specialized chemical providers. For example, Lanza is a world leader in specialty chemicals and a key player in pyridine chemistry, whereas SRF is a major participant in fluorine chemistry. Aarti Industries, on the other hand, is well versed in the chemistry of benzene and toluene. Jubilant Ingrevia, among its competitors, has a strong position in pyridine chemistry. This enables its business model to compete with other specialty chemical players as well. Despite all of the positive elements, the corporation does face some potential key risks. Some of them are as following. The first one is, of course, the life science business. Since life science business accounts for one-third of JIL's EBITDA, any volatility in commodity prices can have an impact on company's overall profitability. And secondly, JIL has unchallenged pyridine leadership, and the industry is seeing a surge in the usage of pyridine-based value-added products across various industries. That includes agri and pharma. However, any slowdown in the use of these pyridine compounds, on the other hand, might substantially hamper growth prospects, although that is very unlikely. Last but not least, JIL is diversifying its product portfolio by utilizing new chemistry platforms such as Diketene and incorporating agrochemical intermediates. However, delays or failures in new growth platforms can compromise growth visibility. While those were some of the potential risks, let's try to understand the shareholding patterns of the company. As on September 2021, the promoters held 50.92% stake in the company. Financial institutional investors and domestic institutional investors held 11.11% and 0.81% respectively. On the other hand, public held 36.97% stake in the company. Interestingly, among the public, Rakesh Jhunjhunwala held 2.38% stake in the company. That being said, let's try to understand the financials of the company. Since the company was demerged recently from Jubilant Pharmova, we only have few months of financial data. And due to this, we can only go through the quarterly results and understand how this company is performing. As on March 2021, the revenue stood at 684 crore and it is increasing, and by September 2021, the revenue stood at 1223 crores. The operating profit stood at 117 crore as on March 2021, and we can see a slight decline in the operating profit in the September quarter, which stood at 195 compared to the previous quarter of 282 crores. Remarkably, profit after tax stood at 54 crore as on March 2021 and 111 crore as on September 2021. Putting those aside, we need to closely observe how this company is performing in the coming years so that we can have a clear information about the financials, since this is still in a growing process. While this video is being recorded, the share price of JLI stood at 669 per equity share with a market cap of over 10,000 crores and a PE ratio of 168. So, the big question here is the valuation justified? The Indian agrochemicals industry is witnessing strong growth opportunity on the back of growing demand from domestic market, government's thrust on reducing import dependence on intermediaries for the use in the agrochemical industry, increasing export opportunities as the world market looks for increasing outsourcing, and adopting a China plus one strategy to reduce reliance on China. Also, other user industries of pyridine-based derivatives such as dyes, paints, flavors, and electronics are also witnessing increasing growth opportunity and rising application of pyridine derivatives, which are expected to drive overall demand. Compared to global peers, JIL is the only pyridine-focused player. This gives the company an upper hand over the others. Not only that, management targets to double revenue by financial year 2026. In conclusion, looking at the company from all aspects, the valuation is rock solid and looks strong to grow even further. However, we will find out that soon. If you like this video, subscribe and share, as that would motivate us to bring more such videos. Thank you for watching. This is the Market Analyst. We wish you a great day ahead.